Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is undoubtedly one of the most powerful leaders in the world. Top 20 quotes. Whoever does not miss the Soviet Union has no heart. Whoever wants it back has no brain. I have some rules of my own. One of them is never to regret anything. Over time, I came to the conclusion that this was the right thing to do. As soon as you start regretting and looking back, you start to sour. You always have to think about the future. You always have to look ahead. Of course, you have to analyze your past mistakes, but only so that you can learn and correct the course of your life. It is extremely dangerous to encourage people to see themselves as inherently exceptional, whatever the motivation. There are big countries and small countries, rich and poor, those with long democratic traditions and those still finding their way to democracy. Their policies differ, too. We are all different, but when we ask for the Lord's blessings, we must not forget that God created us equal. There is no happiness in life, there is only a mirage on the horizon, so cherish that. Our society must understand that a minority, a certain category of people, must be paid very well by the state, so that they can secure the interests of the majority. When will we finally begin to understand this? Our people aren't stupid, it's just that it hasn't been explained the right way. Sometimes it is necessary to be lonely in order to prove that you are right. I am the wealthiest man, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. I collect emotions. I am wealthy in that the people of Russia have twice entrusted me with the leadership of a great nation such as Russia. I believe that is my greatest wealth. We need business to understand its social responsibility, that the main task and objective for a business is not to generate extra income and to become rich and transfer the money abroad, but to look and evaluate what a businessman has done for the country, for the people, on whose account he or she has become so rich. The ability to compromise is not a diplomatic politeness toward a partner, but rather taking into account and respecting your partner's legitimate interests. Everything will probably never be okay, but we have to try for it. In the modern world, those who are weak will get unambiguous advice from foreign visitors which way to go and what policy course to pursue. Nobody should have any illusion about the possibility of gaining military superiority over Russia. We will never allow this to happen. In relations between the states, the interests of the country should be correlated with the interests of other countries, and compromise is to be found when resolving the most complex issues. It is extremely dangerous to encourage people to see themselves as exceptional, whatever the motivation. One has to be insincere and promise something which you cannot fulfill. So you either have to be a fool who does not understand what you are promising, or deliberately be lying. To forgive the terrorists is up to God, but to send them to Him is up to me. NATO needs an external enemy to justify its existence, so there is a constant search for one, and provocations to create adversaries where there are none. "50 years ago, the streets of Leningrad taught me one thing: if a fight is inevitable, go and fight first." Russia does not have in its possession any trustworthy data that supports the existence of nuclear weapons or any weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and we have not received any such information from our partners as yet. People are always teaching us democracy, but the people who teach us democracy don't want to learn it themselves. Thanks for watching the video on our YouTube channel Top 20 Quotes. We will be glad to see you among our subscribers.